What's up, YouTube? I feel dead inside, so I'm gonna write a pop punk song about it. I'm gonna be showing you everything from vocals to VSTs I use for guitar, bass, drums, and all of that good stuff. We're gonna make an entire song from scratch. And just so you know that I know how to pour my soul out, here's an example of some pop punk I've done in the past.
I've clad oceans in your name.
Alright, let's get started. First up, we're gonna do some guitar. So I'm gonna be using Shreddage 3 Hydra 8, which this is unnecessary for pop punk. You really don't need an 8 string for pop punk, but this is the only contact library for guitar I have at the moment. Alright, so let's just go for some like, let's just try it at different tunings. I'm gonna change this preset to something a little more clean. That's gonna be our intro melody. So we'll name this guitar intro. I feel like this needs a voicemail to go in there. So let's just record a fake girlfriend voicemail. Hi, I just called to say that, can you stop leaving your fucking socks on the floor? Because they smell really bad. And they're really stiff, and I always trip on them, and I can't do this anymore. There we go. To give it the voicemail effect, we're just gonna apply a bandpass filter to it. Can you stop leaving your fucking socks on the floor? I'm gonna use this handy dandy plugin called Gain Reduction. It's a really good compressor for rock music, and it even has a lo-fi button. Can you stop leaving your fucking socks on the floor? Alright, we'll put some delay on it. I just called to say that. Can you stop leaving your fucking socks on the floor? Now let's get into it. Now we need a drum fill before the break comes in. What I like to call a break is basically the intro where everything comes in together and gets real dramatic. So Metal Step Mayhem Volume 1 by Phase 1 is just, it's the bee's knees for rock music. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm going for. A little ba-dum-dum-dum-dum. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. We got an intro. Now what I'm gonna do is, from the same pack, he has these loops of cymbals, which I use cymbal loops all the time because I'm lazy and I don't care about cymbals. And I'm sorry, drummers, but I don't. So we got the China, and the crash. But now the kick and the snare, the meat of the drums. You could say the meat and potatoes. For the kick, I'm using this from the KJ Sawaka. I'll leave a link in the description and I'll put, I don't remember the name of it, but it's a nice kick. We've got this from Metal Step Mayhem. Now we just got to figure out what type of feel we want. Yeah, so we're gonna do a double time feel, which just means that we're gonna have the snare on the 2s and the 4s, and then we're gonna have the kick pretty much just going bum 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 bum. And to make your kick sound less robotic, we just need to do this little gymnastics with the velocity, where it kind of just goes up and down just a little bit. We need just like regular power chords. I'm gonna choose Modern Metal 2 because that preset just works really well for chords. Let's export the power chords. Now what we need to do are add some octaves. We're gonna use a different preset just so it gives some variation, sounds a little more realistic. So first, let's make these a little faster. And we're gonna make a little melody. I'm thinking something like. My mindset behind these octave things is non-existent. I don't have a mindset on it. I just lay down some power chords and then I just mess around with the notes in that scale and just, you kind of just go off a feeling. Let's get some bass in this place. We're just gonna copy the same exact notes from the power chords, but we're gonna make them dance a little bit. Now this is Gen Bass by Submission Audio. It's my favorite bass plugin that I found out yet. If you know of any better ones, let me know. We're gonna highlight everything, select Alt and U so that we can make this plucky. First thing we need to do is go to the power chords and we need to high pass it by a lot. And we need to low pass it up to around like 10K. And now we need to get our bass, and it needs to be a little bit louder. Let's put a limiter on that bass and let's low pass that some. And you can take out some of the sub in the bass because the kick is taking up that region. Now I'm gonna compress these guitars using JST bus guitars because it's just a fine plugin. Now let's see how the bass sounds over that intro melody we did. It doesn't sound good, but we could just sample it like this. Basically, I just sampled the very beginning of the melody, which can sound too repetitive by itself, but whenever you throw a bass line under a really simple melody, it gives it something, dog. It's like, it makes it feel really emotional for some reason. Ugh. I'm gonna make this unique as sample. I'm gonna have one at the regular octave, and then I'm gonna have this one up an octave. Now that we have that, let's export it. If you're curious why I'm exporting all the time, it's because I've been like working on shitty laptops for such a long time. It's just like a force of habit. This point in the verse, we need to pick it up a little bit. So we're going to copy our bass MIDI and do a little palm mute guitar that follows the rhythm of the bass. So we need to add in some drums. And on this pattern, we'll do a little snare thing. This one will introduce more snare, just to keep building it up a little bit. And the same time the drums come in, we need to have some type of guitar melody. So we could either do the same exact notes the bass is doing, but make it a harmony, like. Yeah, I like the sound of that. And just like how we made the drums increase in intensity, we're going to do the same thing with the guitar, just by adding in a couple of notes that aren't palm muted every time and changing up the melody just a little bit. Yeah, we'll do like a da-na-na-na-na-na-na. So this gives us a very nice setup for the pre-chorus. See, what we've done is we've created an intro, a break, a verse, and now we need to go into a pre-chorus. So now let's do the pre-chorus drums, which is going to be something very simple. It just needs to be like a kind of staccato beat, so like bump, 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 you know, just to switch it up. So we'll do like, and now those same accented notes, we're going to use a cymbal for those. So we'll just copy the snare, paste that in the cymbals. Okay, so let's do our pre-chorus guitars. Let's make them all the same note, and then we'll do the melodies with the octaves. So let's copy that MIDI to our bass. Okay, and now the break thing that we did before, that is now our chorus. So we're just gonna copy that entire section over. I'm gonna make these octaves unique as sample, and I'm gonna turn down the volume on them because the vocals are gonna come in here and they need to take the lead more so than the octaves. Now we're doing the vocals, and to be very emo, we have to be very emo. You keep laying your socks on the floor. All right, here we go. You keep leaving your socks on the floor. I've told you a million times, but I can't take it anymore. Okay, so now we've got our lead vocal for the verse. And I'm just gonna throw gain reduction on it because that shit be slapping.
I've told you a million times, but I can't take it anymore. I've tried and I've tried to make it go away.
Now we need to record doubles.
Told you a million.
And then just like we have everything building in intensity with the drums, we're gonna do the same thing with the vocals by adding a harmony that goes up on here. On day, it's gonna go day. So I just exported the doubles with the compression already on it. I'm gonna do a stereo enhancer. Feel free to copy those settings. So that way the doubles are nice and wide on the sides and the lead is in the middle.
You keep leaving your socks on the floor.
Now I'm gonna send the vocals and the doubles to one bus. Put a limiter on it, maybe compress them a little bit. Now usually I would tune these in Melodyne, but that takes a really long time, just like tuning it and still trying to keep it natural. So you're just gonna have to listen to my untuned voice. But yeah, we made an entire pop punk song, at least from intro to chorus.
I just called to say that, can you stop leaving your fucking socks on the floor? Because they smell really bad, and they're really stiff, and I always trip on them, and I can't do this anymore.
You keep leaving your socks on the floor. I've told you a million times, but I can't take it anymore. I've tried and I've tried to make it go away, but I can't, no, I can't stay. I'm so done with your socks today.
Thank you for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have any questions about these VSTs, mix and rock music, anything, or anything you want to see next, tell this mofo right here. Have a lovely day.